They're probably the best chocolates that I've ever gotten from any watch brand, either in Switzerland or outside Switzerland. They come in 3 different flavors, usually.
What did
Always the
German
same
watch
box.
brands send you as an edible gift?
German watch brands as an edible gift. Christmas Stollen. At least they used to. Langenzonne, I'm looking at you. Welcome to a very special episode of Hey Hodinkee, where I come to you from the frozen nitrogen plains of Saturn's moon, Titan.
Tudor Design has gone wild this year and I love it. How much wilder do you think they can go? What do you want to see next?
I think Tudor's definitely been doing some interesting things. This year in particular, one of the most unusual choices that they've made is in different varieties of case metals. So for instance, a silver dive watch. You know, silver is probably the last material that you would think of as suitable for a dive watch, but somehow they've made it work. It works both as a design object and in terms of sort of practical functionality. I think what I'd like to see from Tudor moving forward is something that really represents a new direction for them in terms of an overall product category. Something new in the chronograph line, for instance. Something with some color to it, something that brings a sort of fresh perspective on watch design. They have been doing some interesting stuff, for sure, but I feel like it's been somewhat variations on a theme, and I feel as if their design language is fairly established and has been for some time. I guess what I'd like to see them do is to actually do slightly more wild designs, to actually do things that push the boundaries a little bit. And I feel like there are certain watches in their collection that deserve to be better remembered and exposed a little bit more. I remember loving the North Flag the year that it came out, and then it's still in the catalog, but it doesn't really seem to be around all that much either on wrists or front of mind for the brand itself. So I'd say, yeah, Tudor. If you feel like Tudor's been getting crazy this year, I would say I hope they keep going.
Approximately 10 hours later.
I love old school bumper movements. Why did they fall out of favor? Does anyone still make them?
I don't think anybody still makes them, and the reason is that compared to a full rotor automatic, they kind of suck. They are less mechanically efficient because the rotor's not moving in a full circle. And there is a certain old school charm to the feeling on a wrist of the rotor actually bumping against the bumper springs that limit its direction of travel. Certainly it was an interesting era in the design of the automatic wristwatch, but from a practical standpoint, a full rotor automatic is just more efficient and also less prone to wear and tear.
If you could be CEO for one watch brand, which brand would you choose? Why? And what would be your first order of business?
Well, that's a really interesting question. It depends on what kind of a life you want. Being a CEO of some watch brands, for instance, a small, fast-growing independent that's only a few years old, brings with it a completely different set of challenges than being the CEO of a company like Rolex, which is a gigantic organization, extremely well established, tremendous cash reserve. And I don't know, I sort of imagine being the CEO of Rolex as like kind of a relaxing job. I mean, you know, you go in and there's no paperwork on your desk. There's like a bowl of chocolates with crowns on them, and you have your first espresso and a chocolate at 11 o'clock in the morning. Then you have another espresso and another chocolate with a crown on it. Then you go to lunch. At about 3 p.m., you have another espresso. Maybe take a call from the board of directors of the Wilsdorf Foundation, have a Zoom meeting with them, drink an espresso, eat a chocolate with a crown on it, have schnapps at 4, ride your bike home, sit down at your coffee table, eat a chocolate with a crown on it. You know, it could be a pretty chill existence, don't you think? I mean, I could see that. Well, everybody, that's another episode of Hey Hodinkee. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have questions, and I know you do, send them to hey@hodinkee.com. That's hey@hodinkee.com, H-E-Y, not H-A-Y. We're not selling farm equipment. Take care.